Now we're going to do some exercises on the floor. I have got a mat. Some of you might have an exercise mat at home. Otherwise, don't worry. It must not be done on a bed. A firm floor, you could get your duvet and put it on the floor, or a sleeping bag, folded blanket. Also, I have a block. If you don't have one of those, improvise with a big book. And I have a cushion. You could fold up a towel and put that there. So you can always improvise everything. So again, if you can't sit cross-legged, stay sitting on your stool. We're just going to do cross-legged is good for the hips, good to sit every day for a while in cross-legged. The block just helps you to lift out of the pelvis. Put your wrists together. And the other way. Keep that back straight. Put your right hand over your left hand, palms together. And you turn. Now, don't worry if you can't do this. Most people, when they start doing this, cannot do it. But if you practice every day, I can assure you, you improve, as all the people I teach will verify. This works the wrists, the thumbs, the elbows, and you're also stretching out the hips as you do it. So do a couple more. And a lot of people can only get that far. That is fine, because as the days go on, your wrists will become more mobile. It's very good for arthritis, anything like that. Shake them out and cross over. Most of these you find one side easy than the other. I certainly do. So now again this way and that way. Put your left over your right, palms together, and turn. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Good. So now I'm going to long legs on my mat. Hamstring stretch and back. So first of all, most important thing to start is your mat back needs to be straight. So if your hamstrings are tight, it's much better to slightly bend the legs and keep the leg back straight. And as the hamstrings begin to stretch, they will go down. So feet are flexed, arms are up, shoulders are down. You do a pelvic tilt, and then you're going to slide forward with your arms parallel. And we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. Breathe in, and on the in-breath, stretch. And the out-breath, just hold it. And the in-breath, relax and stretch. And hold it. Hold it a bit longer. And as the muscles begin to stretch, you can edge forward. Few more seconds. And again, roll up slowly. Now, on this session, we won't do the plank, we'll keep it simple. We're now going to go to lying down, and then you need a head support here. Never lie down without a head support. Now, and again, like standing, sitting, the starting position is all important. So first of all, I'm thinking of my head being supported, so my head's not going back. My shoulders are open. I've got equal weight through my lower back. My feet are hip width apart, so don't have them together. Make sure your knees are not knocking in. If you have difficulty there, sometimes we put something between the knees if we're not moving the legs. And then just put your hands on your lower ribs, and let's just go revisit the breathing. Now I'm going to do a leg stretch and stretch the psoas muscle which is in here. So I take the leg up to 90 degrees. I push the heel to the ceiling, so I stretch the leg. I point the toe, the knee is slightly rotated out as I lower to hip height, not right to the floor. So I've got a straight line through the hip. This is the psoas muscle, the hip flexor here, and the psoas muscle that goes in there. So I really stretch it and I bend again. So we do another 4, heel to the ceiling, and stretch, and lower, and bend. And the third one, stretch, lower, and bend. And again, up, lower, and bend. And the last one, up, lower, and bend. If you have weights at home, you exercise a lot, you could put a weight on your ankle to make it more difficult. And again, the other one, up to 90 degrees, stretch, lower, and bend. Now make sure it's better to have the knees slightly out, not in. So just watch that knee as you stretch. Make sure you hold it here to have a good stretch. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, you could always do more of those. The next one we're going to have another nice stretch. Check your starting position. Opposite arm to leg, good for your coordination. As I take my arm back, I've got to pull my tummy in, ribs down, stretch through the armpit. You must not raise the back. So you need to keep that back pinned to the floor as I stretch. And it's all done by keeping the tummy in. Then come back. Then you do the opposite side. Go down and stretch, keeping the back firmly on the floor. Stretch through the armpit and back. So that's one set. Do again and stretch and back and stretch. So keep going. One more each side. Now, if you wanted to work the tummy more, only do this if you don't have trouble with your back. You could take the legs up to 90 degrees. Do exactly the same exercise with the legs up in the air. That way you'll work your stomach, your core much harder. But again, this is much harder. Only do this if you're used to exercising. This is the first time you've done a workout. Don't try this one. So just do a couple. And those who feel they can do it, you'll really feel your tummy working much harder. Okay, so now we're going to finish. So we need to just relax to finish. Put your feet wide apart. Put your arms out to the side. Pull the tummy in. By pulling the tummy in, that protects the spine. Let your legs go one way, your head the other, and just relax. Now, by doing this, you'll stretch this muscle down here. Don't force the legs to the floor. As you relax, the knees will go nearer to the floor. The main thing is they should keep the shoulders on the floor. Everything else twists. So you twist through the bottom, the upper back, stretch the legs, and just hold that. So think of the breath, breathe out. Shut the mouth and breathe out. And shut the mouth. And just gently let the lower lungs, think of them like bellows. And really pull the tummy in, come back to centre, and go the other way. And again, focus on the breathing, and letting go, just relax. Hold it. And pull the tummy in, slowly bring the knees back. Never do it quickly because you'll pull them back. Now you want to stretch out the bottom. You put one hip foot on the other thigh. You send the knee out to the side, that rotates the hip, go to the hip, and the whole point is to stretch over here. If you're not getting the stretch, then lift that leg in the air. Don't hug yourself. A lot of people do that. You'll pull your neck, keep everything in the upper body open, and just hold that. And again, think of the breathing. Hold it for a few more seconds. Bring that foot down. Always come out of the movement well. Don't just fall out of it. Up you go on the other side. You can hear that bird, that's the red kite. Bring that foot down. And put your hands there. Before we get up, just have a few moments. Shut your eyes and focus on your breathing. Don't try and breathe in, allow the breath to come in. So blow the breath out. Then just shut the mouth. Focus on your lower lungs expanding with air. So now we're going to come to standing. So don't just stand up, roll onto one side. Keep your head and neck in alignment. Come to kneeling. Up. And session ended. That is a very gentle but effective workout session for people who've never exercised before. Thank you.